Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's super simple seitan recipe. So I was scared to make seitan for a lot of years because some of those recipes are just really intimidating. But I started experimenting before Thanksgiving last year and I tried different things in the Instant Pot, baking in the oven, and I have figured out a super simple seitan recipe that is also oil-free. And a special shout out and thank you to Mars, one of my monthly members, who pointed me in the direction of the Fat-Free Vegan. She's got a lot of good seitan recipes on her website. I've tried out a couple of those. So this recipe does have wet ingredients and dry ingredients, but I promise it's super simple, 10 ingredients or less. This is a big recipe. You could definitely cut this in half. I like to do this amount so I can make two different styles of seitan. One of them I'm gonna slice up like deli lunch meat kind of slices, and then the other one I'm gonna do into kind of like cubes or strips that can be used on top of like noodles, or you'll see. A lot of seitan recipes call for tahini, but I find peanut butter to be just as effective, and you don't get any peanut butter flavor in the seitan. I got this peanut butter on sale for 99 cents. It does have a little bit of oil in it. I figure might as well save some money, especially because we've been eating seitan like every single week. Step one, a 1/4 cup peanut butter and 1.5 cups water. And I'm going to put this in the microwave. I spent a lot of recipes trying to whisk the peanut butter into the water before I thought to myself, this would be easier if it was warmer. All right, I'm gonna go put this in the microwave for 2 minutes. I just saw a hummingbird's shadow. Oh, he's a redhead. 2 minutes later, and now see how much easier the peanut butter breaks up. If I had my little whisk, it'd be even better, but yeah, look at that. That's what I'm looking for. So much easier when it's warm. Now, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and this is all of the salt that I put in my seitan is the soy sauce. I will say the biggest complaint I get about my cooking is it needs salt. But I like things less salty. That has definitely changed my taste buds. And then 1 tablespoon of liquid smoke. So that is it, just 4 wet ingredients, very simple. But I have experimented, and I'm going to experiment a little bit later with some Better Than bouillon. So the one time when we were trying to make like roast beef and cheddar sandwiches, I put a couple tablespoons of this right into here to try to give it more of a beefy flavor, because this is the no beef Better Than bouillon, no beef. But today I actually want to do a little taste test. My sister doesn't know yet. So I'm only going to add the bouillon to half of the batch of seitan. So now I can set the wet ingredients aside for now. And then only 5 dry ingredients. 2 cups of Vital Wheat gluten. And I get this in the bulk section at Winco. Just picked some up last weekend and it was still $3.68 a pound. And it makes so much seitan. I think it's such a good deal. Nooch, gonna do a 1/4 cup. Nutritional yeast. And then 1 tablespoon each of garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. I ran out of smoked paprika with my last batch, so we're just doing regular paprika. Personally, I love the smoked paprika. Onion, garlic powder. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 dry ingredients, 4 wet ingredients, including the water. And then if you want to add the Better Than bouillon, that makes it 10. So I feel like 10 ingredients should be the max. When things get too complicated, I just don't want to cook them, personally. All right, the magic is about to happen, but first I need to wash my hands. I'm gonna start mixing these together with my spatula, but then I'm gonna get right into my kneading, and then it's gonna be time to put them in the oven. So, BRB. All right, ready to see some magic? This is my favorite part, mixing the wet and the dry. Here we go. I'll start with my spatula. Doesn't take long. Make sure you get everything off the bottom. All right, a little bit more on the bottom. So now when it gets to about here, I'm gonna start kneading. I'm gonna make sure I get the rest of this stuff off of the bottom. And in my experience, it is better to under knead than over knead. Look at this guy. How much fun is this? It's really fun. Feels like Play-Doh. All right, I think this is good. I think this is, when I knead it too much, it feels tougher. So I'm gonna take this and I am going to divide this in two. I'm gonna add the Better Than bouillon to this half. Let's set that aside for a moment. And then this guy, I am going to flatten out. I just do a little bit of this to help me give it some shape. And then I'm going to press it into this pan. It does stick a little bit. I have given the pan a little bit of spray before, and it didn't seem to really make that much of a difference, so I just let it stick a little bit. You'll see when I flip it. I'm gonna cook this and I'm gonna flip it. Oh. Okay, so there's that one. Why didn't I have this? Come on. Okay. Another hand washing timeout. Oh no, okay. Couldn't get the bouillon open. And now I'm going to do a whole tablespoon, of Better Than bouillon into this one. And I'm gonna have to knead it in with my hands. And I have done this before. It does incorporate. Obviously it's better to just add the bouillon to the wet ingredients, but I had to do this one time when I forgot, and so then I'm like, I know it works and I can make two kind of different flavors. You can see they're gonna end up being two different colors. So this ended up getting kneaded a little bit more, but that's okay because this one I'm going to form into a log to make my sandwich slices. So if it's a little firmer and tougher, that's okay. And if it kind of doesn't totally stick together in a little log, that's okay too, because we're going to make it stay in its shape in our tin foil. So here's where if you wanted to make this into little brats or sausages or dogs or something like that, you could break this up, roll them up, and individually put them in the tin foil, and then they stay in that shape. All right, another hand wash. So see the two different colors we got? And I don't worry about trying to keep this a perfect circle. It actually works better when it's a little bit square, so I can kind of flip it and get it a little bit brown on each side as it cooks. To the ninja. I'll cook this for 30 and I'll cook this for an hour, but we'll start with 15 minutes. I put the Ninja on 350, and in 15 minutes I will flip over the piece of seitan that's in the glass pan and I'll rotate my tinfoil log. I forgot to mention my other bouillon cubes. I have done these before. I did 1.5 cubes, just because I had a half of one, into my wet ingredients to give it more of a poultry flavor. I may have done a dash of poultry seasoning in my dry ingredients that time as well. All right, time to flip. There's that one. Definitely getting firmer. Remember when I said it would stick a little bit? So it does stick a little bit, but after you get that unstuck, then it comes up pretty easy. Okay, that little corner's stuck, but see the rest of it coming up? All right, let's flip it. Boom. How easy was that? That was one of my best flips ever, minus this little chunk in the corner. So now that it's flipped is when I might score it with the spatula, depending on what I'm making. If I was doing barbecue ribs, I'd make them like riblet shaped. I think today I'm trying to make them more into thinner strips that could be eaten with like a stir fry or could be put into like a wrap. All right, so I just took my spatula. It went most of the way through, and that's fine. Now my log, I need to rotate just a 1/4 turn. Oh, I might need, it's hot. And then stand up on that side. So the glass pan will be done in 15 minutes. I will give the log another 45 altogether, so an hour total. 15 minutes on each side. That's when I was saying I kind of like it to be a little square so I can rotate it. All right, be back in another 15. We're back. 15 minutes later, pull out the glass pan. Carefully rotate that approximately a 1/4 turn. I'll show you when it's done. Another 15 minutes on my log. And check this out. Oh yeah, this is done. Oh baby. So if I was making like barbecue ribs or something, I would have put sauce on them maybe for the last 5 minutes of this 15 minutes, or I just go ahead and put sauce on them now and maybe do another 5. I try not to over knead or overcook the stuff. Let me try to give you some texture here. So see, it's a little bit soft in there. That's how I like it. Here's a piece from the middle, so you can see very crispy edges. But the inside is soft. Does that not look like the inside of like a chicken nugget? I have made these into chicken nuggets by cooking it just like this. I cut it into squares and then I just rolled it around in a combination of oat flour, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. And it just gave it a nice little crunch. I air fried them after that coating. Oh, get my face out of it so you can see more texture. Yeah, see that? Love it. I can't believe how many years I was meat free and afraid to make seitan. It's so worth it. And sometimes if it seems like a little bit doughy in the middle, I feel like that goes away the second day. That's just so good, plain by itself. We got 11 minutes, rotate, and then another 15 minutes, and then we'll do an official taste test. Last rotation on the log. Also, I just always spin it like clockwise, so I try not to forget. Stay. 15 more minutes and we're done. Hello again. It's a little later. Apologies, the lighting is getting weird. As long as you can see the seitan good. This has never happened before. It puffed up so big that, oh, it's still very hot. I have never had it puff up like this. Let's see what's going on. Very hot. It's been about 5 minutes. It looks so good. Look at this. Can you see the crisp? And if I rotate it, and then there's that side, and the third side, and then we get to the fourth side. I don't know. Let's slice into it and see what it's like. That's a lie. I'm gonna let it cool for like another 5 minutes and then I will slice into it. All right, it's a little bit cooler now. I can touch it. Let's see. So it's got that nice crisp on the outside, soft, tender inside. Taste test. It's amazing, and I'm not surprised. Here's where I could get out like a mandolin slicer and make my slices a little more uniform, but I just like to do thin slices, about like that, so it could like go on a sandwich. I'll get this sliced up and show you in some better lighting. It's got the rainbows on it. Here's my loaf sliced up, and you can see some of those darker brown spots. That's where the Better Than Bouillon didn't get totally incorporated because of how I mixed it in, which is why it's better to put it in your wet ingredients. So those are the darker ones that had the Better Than Bouillon in them, and then those, oh, I love it. That one's for me. So here's for my sister to taste test and just tell me what you think. Dude.
They said they're two different ones?
That one has Better Than Bouillon in it, and that one doesn't.
Better Than Bouillon.
I know. It's really good.
Yeah, it has really good flavor.
But the other one's good too, it's just not as... So how can we make the other one just as good without having to buy Better Than Bouillon? More spices, I guess.
It's really, really good.
Good to hear. Vegan Master Chef.
Chef's kiss.
So that will wrap up my simple seitan recipe. I hope this video inspired you to give seitan a try. It's really not that scary if you can kind of simplify the ingredients and once you practice a couple times. So thanks for stopping by to watch this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, be lazy and be well. Oh, haha. I was scared to try, Oh, dummy. Okay, this is it. Oh my gosh, one more time. So let's get started with, oh dude, don't. So let's get started with some wet ingredients I have figured out. That was stupid. Couple of my wet ingredients. Oh, why don't I just go over the ingredients real quick? So first step of this recipe is, oh, I don't want to say that. I'm making, this recipe is enough to make, one I'm going to make into a log and, and then the other one is going to be cubed or, this is you need to heat up, that's what I want to say. When you're doing a lot of baking, dang it, dang it, dang it. Let's start a new clip. And then, that was stupid. Now, wetting, redo that. Can you see that good? Can I zoom in on this? Take this and make it into little guys. Oh, that's what I want to say. Can you see the different colors? Oh man. And if this is in little, And if this isn't a little bit of a, how am I trying to say this? I put the Ninja on 350 and one more time. So I do 15 minutes on, 15 more minutes, and most of the time it does seem to taste, well, I don't need to say that. How soon do you want to sample?
Soon. I'm hungry.
Okay. You want to come like right by the hummingbird feeders? Here's sister for a oh, I was looking at myself. The lighting just sucks. So can you even see the difference on those? It's so, I didn't turn this, but the lighting gets so bad. Okay.
I feel like that made it worse.
We are in the darkness. That made it worse. Well, help yourself to whatever you want of that, and I will say my goodbye after I stop chewing. Oh, I should show off your plants too after the end. Be like, and by the way, look at this giant plant.
Who wants some?
Who wants a propagation? Oh my gosh, I'm getting sweaty. Is it gonna be hot today?
70.
What? Yay, okay. All right, quit yapping, say goodbye. You're gonna have to edit all this out. Try that again. Oh my God. Stop rambling. Stop.